He became the president of Burkina Faso at the age of 34. He came with his own style and appeared not satisfied with events in his country and the whole of Africa, especially the inability of countries in Africa to liberate itself from poverty and underdevelopment in the midst of plenty. And when he had an international opportunity, he voiced out his concerns and called for a reawakening of the African continent. His name, Captain Ibrahim Traore, is the military president of Burkina Faso. In this edition of Back in History, we bring to you a text of what Captain Ibrahim Traore said in St. Petersburg, capital of Russia, on the 28th day of July 2023 at the second Russia-Africa Summit, which had in attendance heads of state from Africa and the President of Russia, President Vladimir Putin. In his speech, he lamented the poverty of the continent in the midst of plenty and queried why Africa should be poor at all. Here is the full text of his speech. Comrades, presidents, African heads of states, comrades, heads of delegation, good morning. It is an honor for me this morning to speak here and pass on to you the fraternal greetings of the people of the country of upright men, Burkina Faso. This is also the place for me, first and foremost, to give thanks to God, Almighty God, who has enabled us to meet here this morning in good health to talk about the future and the well-being of our people. I would like to apologize to any elder who may be offended by my forthcoming comments. Africanity obliges the right of birth. I must apologize. Comrades, I have a few questions from my generation. 1,001 questions, but we have no response. And it so happens that here we can air our dirty laundry because we feel like family. We feel like family in the sense that Russia is a family for Africa too. We are a family because we have the same history. Russia made enormous sacrifices to free the world from Nazism during the Second World War. The African people, our grandfathers, were also forcibly deported to help Europe get rid of Nazism. We share the same history in the sense that we are the forgotten people of the world, whether in history books, documentaries, or films. We tend to dismiss the key role played by Russia and Africa in the fight against Nazism. We are here together because we are here to talk about the future of our people, about what is going to happen tomorrow, about this free world to which we aspire, this world without interference in our internal affairs. We have the same perspectives, and I hope that this summit will be an opportunity to forge very good relations with the aim of a better future for our people. He continued, still on quote, the questions my generation is asking are the following. If I can summarize, it is that we do not understand how Africa, with so much wealth in our soil, with generous weather, water, sunshine in abundance, how Africa is today the poorest continent. Africa is a hungry continent. And how come we have heads of state all over the world begging? These are the questions we are asking ourselves, and we have no answers so far. We have the opportunity to forge new relationships, and I hope that these relationships can be the best ones to give our people a better future. My generation also asked me to say that because of this poverty, they are forced to cross the ocean to try to reach Europe. They die in the ocean, but soon they will no longer have to cross because they will come to our palaces to seek their daily bread. As far as what concerns Burkina Faso today, for more than 8 years we've been confronted with the most barbaric, the most violent form of imperialist neocolonialism. Slavery continues to impose itself on us. Our predecessors taught us one thing: a slave who cannot assume his own revolt does not deserve to be pitied. We do not feel sorry for ourselves. We do not ask anyone to feel sorry for us. The people of Burkina Faso have decided to fight against terrorism in order to relaunch their development. President Traore continued, still on quote, "In this struggle, valiant people from 20 populations have pledged to take up arms in the face of terrorism. These were affectionately called the VDP of volunteers. We are surprised to see the imperialists calling these VDPs militias and all kinds of things. It is disappointing because in Europe, when people take up arms to defend their homeland, they are called patriots. Our grandfathers were deported to save Europe. It was not with their consent. It was against their will. Well, on returning, we remember well that at Tiaruye, when they wanted to claim their basic rights, they were massacred. It doesn't matter then that when we the people decide to defend ourselves, we are called a militia. But that's not the problem. What is the problem are the African heads of states who contribute nothing to these people who are fighting, but who sing the same song as imperialists, calling us militias, calling us men who don't respect human rights. Which human rights are we talking about? We take offense at this. It is shameful. We African heads of states must stop behaving like puppets who dance every time the imperialist pulls the strings. He continued, still on quote, "Yesterday, President Vladimir Putin announced that he would be sending grain to Africa. We are very pleased. We thank him for that. But it's also a message to our African heads of states. Because at the next forum, we cannot come here without ensuring, for those who are not familiar with war, that our people are self-sufficient in food. We need to take the experience of those who have already achieved this in Africa, build good relations here and build better relations with the Russian Federation so that we can meet the needs of our people. I won't be long. Time is very short. We have to stop at a certain point. But I would like to finish by saying that we must therefore pay tribute to our people who are fighting. Glory to our people, dignity to our people, victory to our people. Homeland or death, we shall conquer. Thank you, comrades." End of quote. This speech may not have gone down well with several presidents and heads of states in attendance, but the point had been made that Africa needs a reawakening and a break from the past. Africa needs to harness its resources and use the proceeds therefrom for the betterment of the lives of the people of the continent. Indeed, Africa has no reason to be in poverty in the midst of plenty. Captain Ibrahim Traore became the military president of Burkina Faso at the age of 34. He attended Joseph Kasavubu University in Ouagadougou, capital of Burkina Faso, where he read geology and graduated top of his class before joining the army. Thanks for watching this edition of Back in History, and do remember to subscribe to the channel or follow the page for regular notification on every new video. I remain your friend and host, Ekemini Udim.